Good morning, y'all. Today's payday, and I'm out here at the Secret Garden. I got some parts in to fix my tractors. Got some issues I need to fix today. And I'm fixing to go in and make a pot of coffee, and after I get it done, we'll take a look around this Secret Garden and see how things are doing. So y'all come go with me. All right. Got to start off right this morning, like Don Williams' song. Start this day like all the rest. Alright, so the first thing out here at the Secret Garden while I'm waiting on my coffee to get ready is I've got some seed starts here. I'm starting my fall tomatoes right now. And I'm starting them under this table in this climate control, get this stuff going. And you can see for my varieties here what I'm trying to cook up this round. So let me get this stuff sprayed off over here. I'm gonna try these pineapple. It'll be my first time with them. And I'm hoping that's a pretty good tomato. What I've seen, they look pretty good. Everybody's bragging on them. They're yellow. And some green zebras. This will be my first time with the green zebra. A lot of them have already germinated here. I'm gonna grow the black Krim again. I like it, and I don't have any black tomatoes, and so I was kind of missing them now that I've been spoiled. I've been fortunate, and I'm getting my spring harvest in, which is awesome. I actually have enough to get all my canning done, but I'm missing my black tomatoes, so I'm gonna try the mortgage lifter for the first time. I don't know a whole lot about it. I understand it's got quite the story. Helped somebody one time, so maybe it'll lift my mortgage. That'd be all right. I actually own 2 homes. I own them. But I still got to pay bills like everybody else, and the taxes are getting ridiculous down here in Texas where I am. Sure, it's much worse where some of you are. I'm sorry. And I also am growing the Cherokee Purple. It's my first time to try it. It's well known. Another dark tomato, and it's supposed to be one of the better ones too. So I'm hoping for the best. I got 3 different kinds of spinach, and they're gonna live their whole life up under this table because it's getting too hot outside. But I'm gonna grow the Viraflay, the Noble, and the Bloomsdale spinach. So let me put these babies back under the table. And I just potted these. I haven't gotten anything out of them yet, but I like them little Tabasco peppers. I grew them a few years ago, and I saw them on somebody else's video. I can't recall. And so I decided to order some seeds, and I've just now got them in these seed starting kits. I'm probably a good week and a half away from even seeing germination. You know how peppers are. But these I can set out on the porch once they come on up. And I've already tried to get the eggplant going, but I haven't had a whole lot of success. So I'm gonna try this Black Beauty eggplant. I've got 6 cells, that's all I've got, but I'm gonna try to get these guys, if I can just get them up and going and big enough where I can stick them in the ground and the monsters won't eat them, because it's monster season right now. The bugs, wow, the bugs are coming out. So, gonna get these guys going too. Last but not least, I have some Butter Crunch lettuce, and it will also grow in here under this table the whole time. Just because I've got all these dadgum tomatoes, y'all, and there is nothing worse than wanting some fresh salad and not having any lettuce. But because I'm here in Texas, yesterday was 105 degrees, all my lettuce at the house has went to seed. I had a few little ones that I saw starting from the seed that dropped off my lettuce, and I took them and put them in my greenhouse there at the house. So maybe they'll make it, but I doubt it. We're right now at peak heat season is starting up. So June, July, and August around here are sometimes ungodly. Last year I had pretty much a heat stroke out here just picking okra. I spent 1 hour out there at the end of the day with my pruning shears just clipping off okra, and this Galvalume tin out here that just, it's not painted, it's just silver. The reflection off of it was 123 degrees, and it just sat out there and cooked me for about an hour. And I didn't realize how bad a shape I was. I went to the grocery store and I got pizza or something quick for my family, and just opening when I walked into the store, it hit me, just the difference in the coolness in the air. And then I opened the freezer section for that pizza, and it hit me again. And by the time I went up there to the register, I just broke out in a full body sweat, and I felt really weird. I couldn't hear good. It's like like somebody put their fingers over my ears or something. And I felt light and started bobbing a little bit. Next thing I know, I'm opening my eyes with some man trying to give me mouth to mouth. I appreciate it, but it was one of those, get off of me, I'll be all right. Let me scoot over here in the corner. But you got to take this heat serious. And I watched yesterday melons and squash and stuff like that just wilted in the sun, and that's just day one. So we're going to take a look at it in just a minute. I just want to show you guys what's going on inside at the secret garden. So let's go look. All right, guys, so my little fig tree here, like I say, this is early, and this is brand new. Started from a cutting over this winter. It's coming out. I'll train it down to 1 after this year, but right now I'm letting it kind of spread out a little bit here. It's in ground, so I may leave a couple of limbs, just cut the dadgum middle out and leave these other ones and work off of that. But it's very healthy. Things are okay. I'm not pinching or trimming anything right now. You see, there's one of those monsters I was telling you about. The dadgum bugs are getting terrible. Peach tree's coming on. Peach tree's healthy. Now, this is what I was going to show you guys. My okra finally came. Got a couple of them there. I'll choose one if the time comes and I need to. There's 2 right there. There's 2 right there. And there is 2 more. Or actually, I believe there's just 1 right there. So you see also, while we're looking here, can you see this watermelon? Here, look, these bugs are getting it. Okay, now I see what's going on. Yesterday, I noticed it really wilty, and I thought that it was just because it got so dadgum hot out here, because it's been hot. And they were very wilty looking, these leaves, but this particular one was really wilty. And look at these little guys here munching out on my stuff. So I've got a present for them that I'm gonna bring back after lunch, and I'll wait till I go home in the evening before I get it. But I'm gonna soak them down with some stuff that they ain't gonna like. But my watermelons are doing just fine. Don't have nothing on there yet that I know of, but it's finally taken off. Same here. Let's see here. What do we got here? We have some cantaloupe and some bugs. Yep, the bugs are gonna get me if I don't do something. So I'm gonna have to obviously attend to that. There's some more cantaloupes just starting. My China Jade cucumbers, they're finally taking off, guys. And look who's all over them dadgum beetles. Yep, I'm spraying this stuff. I'm gonna come out here after work this evening and get all this. All right, but I've got the China Jade feeding all the bugs all the way down the fence line, okay? Now, this is my Mexican squash here. Yep, and it's doing just fine. I have one there at the house, and it took over the world. I mean, it has really spread out, and I still haven't seen a squash on it. This is a yellow squash. I've stole one off of him at this point. And you can see they're making it's gonna be all right. Okay, and I believe this also is yellow squash. They're just starting. You know what? I'm not sure. Maybe zucchini looking at them leaves. And this is yellow squash. And this is zucchini. And my offering has been chewed up over there. They finished it off and it hasn't done anything. So it is what it is. You can see just by leaving some of my winter stuff. Look at these dadgum bugs just eat it up. But it's kept them off the tomatoes for the most part. Of course, right now it's getting hot and heavy. Here's all my tomatoes. I got one or two right here. This isn't the most impressive little thing going on here, but I don't care. Got them up on the sticks here. I've already made my spring tomatoes that I was worried about. I was trying to make enough of a spring crop I could get a bunch of canning done and get some salsa and some spaghetti sauce and stuff like this. And so I'm tickled, okay? This stuff will either make it or it won't. You can see the sun damage. You know, it's only been hot a couple of days now, but it's doing all right. And I got a couple little green beans over there, and they're a little rough, but we'll see. When they make me some green beans, I'll get some off of there. Now, I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I was really having a hard time getting all my stuff to sprout here. I replanted about 4 or 5 times, thinking, what is the dadgum deal? It was the water. There's too much water, way too much. Now, I only had it for like 5 minutes a day, but underneath this dadgum wood mulch, I have the black tarp. And underneath the black tarp is my ag barn dirt. It's comparable almost to peat moss, really, with fertilizer already in it. It's really good stuff. And it rained on that before I laid the tarp down over it in the mulch, and it soaked it down good and it held the water. And then that little 5 minutes a day was keeping it super wet. I mean, really wet. And so it wasn't drying out enough for the seeds to go ahead and germinate. They were rotten, I'm guessing, or I thought. And so I said, you know what? It rained a couple of nights in a row over here. And I walked over there and I turned off my sprinkler. And I said, I'm just gonna leave it off for a couple of days and let it dry out. And in that couple of days, I started noticing stuff popping up. And I said, aha. So I just left it off longer. I let it go 2 weeks with no water, and every single thing came up. And now I'm starting to water again a little bit. So, you know, it doesn't take much water when you do it right. And I'm figuring out where that spot is now. So how about we go look at that dadgum greenhouse, because I've really been robbing it and getting a lot of tomatoes out of there. So let's see how different it looks. Guys, as I was walking up, I saw a bunny run out of here. So the rabbits have found this spot. Now you can see this corn. I just kind of spread it out here, to be honest with you. I was hoping it would grow up and disguise my greenhouse from anybody on that side of the property here. Just kind of hide it in the green. So if I get some out of it, it'll be awesome. Look how thick those dadgum stalks are down there. I don't know if you can see, but I mean, that is some dang healthy stuff. And look at the tassels. As soon as it silks, it's not gonna have any problem getting what it needs, okay? But I did that all the way down. Also to help with erosion, because some of this greenhouse, the way I built it, a little bit has washed out in a spot or two, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I also got some of that, what is it, sorghum Sudan grass, and planted it with it too. So I've got this little woodsy area right here. I expected the deer to be over here munching on it, or maybe those little dadgum black squirrels. But what I'm finding is I've got some rabbits that are very much paying attention to this location. I also planted along the very edge, right up against the greenhouse, some crimson clover to help with the erosion issue also. And I threw a little bit more wood down to keep it from washing out every time it rains, because we've been getting lots and lots and lots of rain. All right, I did the same thing over here on this side. That crimson clover should be coming along shortly. So not one more rain, I'll probably have it. Now, let's see how different things look in here. All right, we'll just start right here. How about that? So, my bell peppers this plant is doing really good. I'm kind of surprised. I'm having an issue in here with my misting system. I think I have some debris in the sprinkler valve that operates it. And so I have to tear down and open up my sprinkler valve. So for the meantime, I have not been misting in the last couple of days. You can see this banana pepper here is doing pretty good. I'm gonna have to harvest today. And you see the Egyptian spinach is really standing up and spreading out now that all these green beans are gone. I harvested off of them 4 times. I got so many green beans, y'all. And I finally, they were looking pitiful. And so I tore out all the worst looking stuff, and I left a couple in there that aren't terrible. But I also have all these on this side to work with. But all my Ananas Noir boys are doing good. Look at how big that dadgum thing is. Man, they're heavy. Big old things. And I'll tell you, my personal plan here is, instead of fighting these dadgum tomatoes like I do every year, worrying about trellising and pruning and all that, since they've put out so well for me, what I think I'll do is just come in here and grab 1 or 2 suckers off of each one of these that are pretty big suckers and look healthy, and get them guys started. And once they've established some roots pretty good, I'm just going to come in here and take these all the way back down to the ground, because they've given me my spring harvest and I don't want to fight with it. Crawling up here, I mean, you can see, look, it's been constant stuff breaking. Look at that limb going down right there. It's been like that. I've cut this sun gold back about 50 times. Look at how thick it is up there. It's grown all the way over here where I can't even come in the dadgum door. Okay, so instead of fighting all that, I'm just gonna get some suckers off of these original plants, cut these all the way back to the ground, and then allow a little bit of time for some roots to grow. I'll stick those guys in the ground, and it won't take long. Oh, my dadgum Carmen peppers are falling over, but you can see I've got some on there. Need to come over here and tie this up. I never had to tie peppers up really, but so be it. Apparently they get pretty big. It's my first time growing them. Let's see if I can push it back in there for the moment. You can see that's what the Carmen pepper looks like beforehand. And we'll have to harvest today. All right, let's see here. All them dang tomatoes still back up in there. Coming over. And you see now the watermelon's taking off and he's running down. You see what's going on with my corn. I came in here, we harvested all of it. To be honest, I didn't even count. I know the last load that I took out here, I had 2 5-gallon buckets full of corn. My wife helped me tote it. But we done excellent on corn as well. I've been giving stuff to my family and friends. It's been really awesome. So this is what I was talking about. And I knew there was a good possibility that this could happen. You can see my little silly staking system. And it's actually still holding. But I've been putting that crimson clover on the outside out there, and hopefully the roots will help sturdy up along the edges. Between that and this corn over on this side, when it gets done, I won't pull it up. I won't pull it up at all. I'll just let this stuff, anything that's growing out here, I want to just let it grow and build root systems in here to help sturdy up around these little bracing that I have. This is the sprinkler valve I'm talking about that goes to my misting system. There's obviously a little chunk of junk in there, because if I plug my system back in, which is this guy, into this timer, it's supposed to go off every so often for so long, then my misters will come on and stay on. And what happens is, I noticed I started getting a bunch of cracked tomatoes. And I was like, what is the deal? And it was very damp in here. I had to bring some more wood chips down on the floor. So, seems like this year, of all things, the water has been my biggest problem. But you can see I've got some harvesting to do. See about the green beans. Do I got anything? Yeah, I got a little bit. These are just getting going. But you see, look at this stuff. It's the tomatoes just grow out here so far and keep growing up so big. I don't have room for it in here. So it just makes sense to me that I would come in here like so. Let's take a look here. Where's a good sucker? You know what I mean? All right, so like, here's a sucker, okay? This guy just started, you can see. There's my sucker. I'll cut this guy off, stick him in some water, let him get some roots, and replace this entire plant right here with that sucker. So that's kind of where I'm going from here. My Amish paste, and I see the bugs seem to like it. Them dadgum bugs. Yep, I'm gonna have to come out here and show the love to it. But it's been a real blessing in here. I've really hauled so much out, and that dadgum basil's looking pretty. It's getting big and bushy. And look at all my pinto beans. I only had one. I planted 10 pinto beans and only one bush made it. But look at all them dadgum things on there. My wife walked in here to help me harvest the other day, and she reached down. I thought she was gonna grab them, and I said, nah. And she said, I wasn't gonna pick it, I was just looking. But you want me to tell you a secret? She was definitely fixing a pickle. Anywho, guys, this is kind of where we're at here at the Secret Garden. I need to go drink some of that coffee I made and get to work. So I'll check y'all out later, probably 2 weeks from now or something, unless something crazy happens. And I hope y'all have a good day. And I'm having pretty good success, and I hope you do too. See y'all next time.